The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
Rivalries happen when the opposing sides have unending difference to settle. In the sound system culture, there is only one way to settle these differences. That is the sound clash.
So my overall thoughts about this clash, that's King AP, I versus King Eternity, is it's a long time coming.
If anything around, if we was to really look at this, I think they are trying to bully me.
Today, I'm gonna say this, for the sake of this interview, while I am fully confident that I'm going to be victorious.
King of the Ring will help to settle that argument.
You gotta kill these dudes. I told you.
Sound clash is a DJ competition between two or more competitors called sound systems. These sound systems use special made music made mostly by the biggest reggae artists, in addition to other genres of music like hip hop or R&B. These sound systems spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this special music. This can create rivalries in the sound system culture.
From my overall view of the clash with King Apocalypse and King Eternity, is going to be wicked, because Atlanta has always had sounds here, but people never gave us a rating. But there's been sounds here that has kept the foundation of people's interests, and it's always been King Eternity. Nolan's been out there doing a bunch of clashes, and King Apocalypse. They both got King in their name, so that hype alone, with the concept of this clash, is taking it to represent that now over years and years. And when I say M1's foundation, we've been here since this argument started. You know what I'm saying? So now it's finally coming to that pause climax. You know what I'm saying?
We got this sound clash market covered here in Atlanta. We locked it for the last 4.5 years. And ain't no promoters really gonna pass through Atlanta without coming to pay homage. They gotta pay dues in order to do what they need to do if they want to do a sound clash in Atlanta. Things could change. I play by the rules, wouldn't you?
I don't wanna lose my soul. Don't wanna lose my soul.
So our next clash is April 2nd. Is going to be King AP versus King Eternity. So AP, Jinx, Randy Fire, they're based here in Atlanta. They've been playing, since I've been in Atlanta, I've been going and hearing them play at Peacock, everywhere. Aquarium back then, they've been playing everywhere. So they got a history of playing out in Atlanta. They got a huge fan base. And with Nolan that plays King Eternity, same thing. He's been here since I've been here in Atlanta. He's played Legacy, Aquarium, known for clashing. But when you put the two names King and they both in the same city, can't have two kings. Can't have two kings controlling one city.
All right, the clash with King AP and King Eternity is happening because future rivalries. Amongst the Atlanta people who tried to determine the two sounds, who played the most or who did the most. You understand? So now with all the promoters having the chance to do this, nobody never took a chance to do it. So as Mellow Promotion and Fan First, we presented something to King Eternity. He wasn't really too sure about it, and we presented something with King AP. Never went down. But for some ironic moment, they were doing an online clash, and King Eternity couldn't fulfill because certain things happened within the camp. And it stirred up mad problems because King AP really came and they showed out in front of Love People and letting them know that, yo, we got tunes.
What's happening is that there was a clash that was supposed to be between Love People and King Eternity. Now, from my understanding, King Eternity agreed to do it. I didn't make the calls, so I don't know about the specifics of that. But all I know is when he got there, the man about showcase and he can't clash the sound, he's only gonna showcase and stuff like that. Now, mind you, we have a product and we have 300 and something people on this live, you know what I'm saying? So, the fresh promotion, that's our brand. So to me, I'm like, man, I'm looking at the comments and people like, showcase? Hell is you talk about? Fuck is you talk about showcase? Yo, wow, we'll come for see. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I gotta jump in this one again. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what happened. And, in the midst of doing that, we playing music, we drinking, and, I might have said, boy, I know I should have wore your song, or I eat that thing, or something like that, and the man took it personal, apparently, right? And I guess he felt like, we was attacking him and dissing him because, we jumped in the war and probably threw a couple shots at him, whatever. I mean, that's clash.
A showcase went down that was supposed to be a clash, but it turned into a showcase. And I think they used that as an opportunity of a springboard, to get themselves started. So, which is fine by me, but, from that day that I walked out that studio, I knew this clash was going to happen.
Possibly a rewind and come again.
This one goes out to all the ladies. If tomorrow is Judgment Day, and I'm standing on the front line, and the Lord asked me what I did in my life, I would say I'd spend it for you. And if I wake up in World War III,
Over Ukraine.
I see destruction and poverty.
And Kyiv, right?
Oh, and I feel like I wanna go home. It's okay, eternity, you're coming with me.
It's like this. I respect them. I mean, they've been in Atlanta longer than me. I think they got here maybe about 2 or 3 years before I did. I respect them. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they respect me. You understand? That's how I feel. It's just a when you're a selector, like this is how I felt. When I first started playing King Eternity, it's not an easy thing to move from a state and come to a state to play a song that's established in a state. Especially when they lose a popular selector from that state. So it was always where did he come from to be playing that song? It was always that. So to me, I've always had to prove why, you know what I mean? I've played against, I'm playing Eternity, or why these dudes choose me instead of everybody else that was around. So I always play with that chip on my shoulder. So I always feel like they don't respect me. Name, Nolan. Trade, Sound Killer. Sound I killing, kill 4. King Eternity. Okay. What I'll say to the naysayers about King Eternity and we being active or non-active, it's like this. When you clash, and you clash a lot, it has a time when you got to take a break. Me as a selector, I don't like taking breaks, but to protect me and to protect the sound, you have other people around that say, okay, this is the time where
the stuff that you use, the material that is getting stale. So let's take a break and revamp. Every sound does it. So during the COVID, I think we took that time out to do that. So being active during that time wasn't a major factor to me. Plus, I like soca. I'm from Trinidad. I love soca. So during that time, I went to the soca scene. You know what I mean? Party. Try to take my mind off of the Clash thing and just refocus. So it doesn't matter to all the naysayers. Don't worry. It doesn't matter the ones them that saying, Russ or ain't none of that. 100% King Eternity.
Sound Clash and boxing have a lot of similarities. Mellow Promotion shares his concept of king in the ring.
Well, the title king, we give mad respect for that title as men because we all are kings. So now we're not going to strip any man for his royalties. But now, as a gladiator sport, we have to put you in this ring to determine which man is really the king on a musical battle. So the concept of the ring really stems off of being a gladiator. No man can escape. Last tune down to the finish. Who are the real warrior? So you know who are gonna remain king. You feel me? So we're gonna drop the ring here. I think it's a 15 by 15 or 16 by 16, which is still a good amount of room where y'all can have y'all space where you have the two controllers in there. It'll be roped up as a full-fledged boxing ring, but y'all can able to step out to the front to still perform for the crowd. Oh, so the crowd do like that. Yeah, the crowd, them the ringside seat holders. So the ring is like the stage, basically. Yeah, the ring is the stage. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? But you're gonna have your punching bag, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna take the punching bag, drop right in the background. You feel me? Left or right. So anybody that we only doing the section small as far as VIP. Ringside, 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So it doesn't take away from everybody else. But to allow them to actually feel like they ringside, be putting up a little barrier. So you can still perform. Your stage is gonna come out to that barrier. But that's it, everybody else stay behind that. So double electric sound system on one side, short dog sound system on one side.
We've done everything on the juggling side. We have a system that's played and people rent and all this other kind of stuff. We've done all that stuff, but the only thing left for me to really, prove is that we're capable in this clash arena. And this clash, a one-on-one clash against a sound like King Eternity, where it's all night long. You know what I mean? I know microwave thing where 5 minutes or 10 minutes I look online, because that stuff to me doesn't count. This clash is a clash where it's like, finally, we have a chance to show people like this side of the sound, the fact that sound are truly great. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to show people the work that we've been putting in for all this time. I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah, what I need to do to be successful in this clash is what I think anybody that is clashing needs to do. The first thing you have to do is you have to study your opponent, So that means that you got to listen to old audios from your opponent. You have to study what their vibe is, what their style is. I'm sure Nolan is doing the same thing. You know what I mean? That anybody that, it's common sense for anybody that goes into a clash, you gotta do your research. Who is it that you clash in? What is their style? What is their vibe? And I think the second thing is, once you kind of figure that out, you have to come up with what your game plan or strategy is gonna be. You don't wanna find yourself in a situation where you're getting yourself chewing confused or you don't know which way to go. You have to be able to plan for anything, because Sound Clash, from my experience, is a very unpredictable sport.
Fire Rose Sound, aka Fire Rose. See, so big up our massive and crew. This is our camera for you. Alright. Roll call.
Life for me with music has been around me for years. I've been like this since I've been a kid. Fortunately, with my parents, You know, mom always having entertainers coming to the house because our family was well known from upstate New York, Rochester. And, you know, my dad just being in music, being from Kingston 13, you know, dealing with all of the real general. So it's in my blood. And being fortunate to, you know, to have a father that had his own business, which was not a recording studio, but an actual record store. It's two of them upstate New York. What allowed me to study and get into music more. But as I developed the skills, his ordeal was to keep the whole team out of the streets. And the whole team stayed out of the streets because he groomed us. He groomed us to play music. So we started off in the basement, 127. 127 is Penhurst Street. That's from the basement. That's where it all started. The old man built a sound called Melody Sound. Melody Sound became Mellow Sound in 2000. You know, just with changes. But just growing up upstate New York and then growing up living in New York City itself in the Bronx and then being fortunate to travel and being amongst so much different entertainers and celebrities at a young age, you know, I have to give mad homage to my pops, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for him, yo, that man was bringing me across the border in Canada. Like, I'm like 9 years old and mom and the whole troop is coming to get me from basement parties. You feel me? Because it was the talent of him expressing me as his son to dealing with the music industry. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. This is Mellow Promotion, and we put on the biggest sound clashes in Atlanta. That's what I do.
Government name is Ron Bryant. Everybody calls me Yellow. Been in Atlanta for 20 years. I came down here in '99, so a little bit over 20 years. What I do with Mellow Fan First, just handle the bookings, the phone calls, make sure the money gets sent, set up the clashes, the time frames, the rounds and all that stuff. So we basically handle all the business stuff and choosing who we want to clash. I don't take sides. I want to put on a good clash for the people. So I respect and I like Eternity. I respect and I like AP. Just like a boxing match. I'm not taking sides. I don't take sides because that's what I just stay neutral. Because I've seen as a promoter years ago where promoters will show favor to another sound. And then during the clash, that sound he may be getting kicked up. He's like, oh, you and the promoter, rare. And next thing you know, the promoter in the corner getting kicked up by some of his friends. I'm not doing that. Like, I don't think that, first of all, it's not fair to show favoritism when you're in the class, when you promote the clash.
Father, receive your blessing. Every day your children cry. All the son of us.
Yeah, so the gas price high. Take a little bit of money to put gas in the tank. Hear this. I say to the two sons, them King AP, King Eternity, two bad sound, on the bad land at Georgia. See it there, up corner push it. Make sure you use the gas efficiently and don't waste the gas. Press gas, push gas in the ooh. See my kind of gas, brother, I use jet fuel. You understand me? I think jet fuel can hold me. You understand me? But them the thing they want, that energy there. So two sound put in the best foot forward. But you want to call it again. Make sure you press the pedal. But don't kill yourself. What me I tell you? I love my two brother them. Yeah man, I love that something, the Georgia. It's a great look for 2022. You understand me? Doses up, you think already. Boom bam bam. Mellow Promotion Fan First. Mad thing for the new year.
I think we've accomplished a mission thus far, but we're not grabbing full hold of it to say, yeah, we got this market locked and yo, we did it because we had a few successful clashes. In my mind, naturally, we ain't did the best. We're doing our best, but we ain't did the best because that keeps us hungry to keep on striving for something. You understand what I'm saying? To make us better than what we are. So taking the roses and giving appreciation to say, yeah, we built this production to do sound clashing is great. And to have honor to put on the clash with King AP and King Eternity, definitely honor behind that because nobody can do it. We ended up pulling it off, I don't know how.
If I tell you the truth, people might believe me. King Eternity was built basically for me or Stereofish to play. A lot of people won't believe this. Ruff, who is like the main owner of the sound, two owners, Ruff Bounty, big up the owners, Ruff Bounty, Cooley Swinger. Ruff is from New York, where I'm from, Brooklyn. They were older than us. We play basketball. Basketball is our first love. Before sound, it was basketball. But he older, so as a young kid watching him play, you know, we come in the park and they the bigger guys playing in, right? So when he left and moved to Virginia, his brother and me were best friends, and his brother is like, yo, my brother got a bad sound in Virginia named King Eternity. Yo, you should move there and play. I'm talking, I'm about 15. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this dude like, yo, you crazy? My mom will kill me, my man. He's like, no, you and Fish, man. Yeah, I need to, because them time there, we the two, Fish a little older than me, but we the two in the neighborhood that everybody looking at that, yo, they could play sound, you know? So he's like, yo, you need to come, man. And I'm like, hell no. So he moved to Virginia, and I, didn't hear about the sound for about maybe the next 4 years. I think, okay, I went to college, heard about the song while I was in college. He kept calling me. Then when I graduated from college, and wifey said she want to move to Atlanta, I called him and I'm like, yo, my wife said she want to move to Atlanta. And he like, yeah, come. We in Atlanta now. You gonna play the sound.
Could never test King Apocalypse, no way tonight. No idiot song boy, no idiot selector. Can test King Apocalypse sound in here tonight. Run it on them King Apocalypse with his man like Grand Fire. With his man like DJ Ace. Somebody better fucking leave the Ace. Can't stand. I don't want you to go on. Get away. Switch. King Apocalypse. Somebody get your boy. Get away. Switch. King Apocalypse. Somebody get your heart and die. When King Apocalypse, they are fun.
I played the song by myself that night. The fact of the matter is that I've been playing music for a long time. And because I know my dub box, because I built it, like at the end of the day, I know how to play music to entertain people. So I have enough music to clash pretty much anybody at this point now. I feel confident in saying that. So just because I might have 1,000 dub plates and the next man might have 5,000 dub plates, we're not playing all night, bro. You know what I'm saying? The clash is only gonna be 3 or 4 hours long, and I know that my 500 dub plate is better than any other sound, thousands of dub plates, because I just believe in the work I put in.
At King of the Ring, King AP, you know, being a promoter and being a sound selector at the same time. Promotion, a different atmosphere with a different market of people. Because with King AP, they're well-rounded, so they deal with all different genders. So that will allow their market of people to actually touch our Sound Clash base to see what we're doing in the Sound Clash world. Performance-wise, they're consistent with their music. They're creative with their style of how they juggle their music. So I definitely see a great performance with them in this class.
And the sound is much better than the sound.
Wants and desires must be followed up with action. After years of juggling at parties, King AP is ready to prove himself on the battlefield. Can King Eternity solidify his place as the true king of Atlanta sound systems? Determination versus confirmation, which will prevail?
Knowing the history of King Eternity and where King Eternity has been within the last few years, we're waiting to see. This is almost like the Rocky fight. He's been training. He's hungry. He said he can't afford to lose. So you putting him in the ring, I'm expecting to see the Savage without biting somebody's ear off. You know what I'm saying? On some crazy shit. You know, nobody throwing them, you know, conk them on with the mic on the fucker like that.
Just going out there and have fun. You know what I mean? AP don't matter what they cut. It doesn't matter what they cut. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, they cutting this, they cutting that. It don't matter what you cut, my man. I have it. It don't matter what you cut. You know, it's just gonna be about performance and getting my point across and keeping the energy high. You know what I mean? Keeping the energy high. Just keeping the energy high. I know I keep my energy high. There's no way they can match it. No way.
Thank you, Lord, for what you have done for me. Sing along, King Eternity.
I don't intend to lose. I don't ever go into any competition planning on losing. But my focus is always going to be on I have to present King AP sound and what we have the best way possible. And I feel like as long as I do that, there's no way I can lose.
Thank you, Lord, for what you have done for me. Oh God, King Eternity. Thank you, Lord, for everything you do. Thank you, Lord, for the music that you make me singing. To show my virgin and singing what we have to wait. Eternity's a come, all the time is time. This is my story, the eternity time, it's a come.
You got the $100,000 box now, or 8-figure box now. Good luck. You understand? Good luck with that box. You understand? Good luck with that box, big man. The second it's open, it's over.
That's his problem. I'm worried about me and my team, and I know what I'm coming with. So if he comes with anything less than his A game, it might go dead same way, but then really I got that fuck up.
First thing is a good look for the two sound, for the city and the state. All right?
At this point, you got to put those two together before we can step and say, hey, can we bring another person in that's going to challenge it? So we making it like a boxing match.
King of the Ring, King of Eternity versus King AP. It's going down. Go Mr. T, Z, Mela Promotion.
One of these days, we will meet again. Yes, I will get my step to move. One of these fine days, we gonna meet again. Yeah. This time I'm
So if I ask you, tell me what's the hardest thing about riding motorcycles? Well, the hardest thing about riding motorcycles is
Riding a motorcycle, you drop and chip off yourself. So I'm never gonna say you drop and chip off yourself 2 times. My name is Chris. I'm from New York. What I deal with promotions. In my life, I played music and I build fast cars.
yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with mellow promotion.
That is mellow promotion. The cars go with the music. That go with the music.
See you there. I need you to concentrate.
Yeah, man. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Modern warfare, that's what it is.
As far as my insight to him, you have two different. What I like about this thing. What I like. Like.
I want to them boy.
It was by divine fulfillment of prophecy that we are here.